at Bills training camp, St. John Fisher University. Joining us now, fresh off the field, is defensive tackle DaQuan Jones, Johnson City, New York native, one of the only New York State natives on the Bills roster. I mention it every time we have him on because you don't see a lot of guys from New York State playing professional football.
I hate to say it too, DaQuan. He has to remind me every time.
He's a Kansas guy.
It's all right.
It's my bad.
You gotta pump up the New York guys. Come on.
Yeah, I guess so. Give us how's it going for you so far?
Pretty good. I'm enjoying my second year in the system and just trying to go out there and get better each and every day. And I'm having a blast, man. Going to year 10, I'm truly enjoying it. And I love the dynamic that Sean brings in the room too. So I'm just having fun, man.
Really cool thing that we found out about that happened when Vaughn ran his pass rush summit. Mm-hmm. He asked you to come out and be a presenter.
Yeah.
So maybe just walk me through that, not only the ask, but then the subject matter that he wanted you to cover.
Yeah.
Because he said it. I mean, I've heard him say it. He thinks you're one of the smartest guys in the entire D-line room. Mm-hmm. So obviously he reveres your knowledge of the game. So what was it that you were entrusted with presenting to everybody else in the league, basically?
It kind of caught me off guard, but just go up there and really talk about what I see and how I'm working with my guys on the outside, and just trying to make sure we're in the right positions throughout the game, and kind of just talk about how having so much knowledge can be kind of a double-edged sword at times.
Blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
right.
You kind of see too much sometimes, but at the same time, being able to see just enough to put yourself in the right position and understanding, what you're doing and knowing that every week you don't get the same 5 runs. They're going to hide it a little differently, and just kind of breaking that down and really trying to get that understanding of the game. So it was kind of cool to go up there and talk to all of them, and kind of give them that knowledge.
So you came in last year, first year, and you made it through. And how frustrating was it to play as long as you did last year, and then at the very end, since you had to sit?
Oh, dude,
the Cincinnati game,
that had to be
I was pretty pissed off. Yeah, because I made sure I took care of my body all year.
Right.
I was in the training room early, late, and make sure I was on top of it. And just to have that happen on the last play of the Miami game, really just put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go out there and kind of just prove a point.
Right. The addition of Poona Ford, veteran in this league, built a little bit differently than most defensive tackles. He's like a fire hydrant, man. He is low to the ground, but he's probably going to be the guy, rotating in for you at times. So what has been the crosstalk there? Because I know guys that have years in the league like to compare notes, about how to do it, how to win up there on the line in those trenches. So how's that dynamic been with him being a new guy in the room?
Yeah, I mean, I know y'all say I'm the quiet guy, but we might have a new one. I mean, he
doesn't say anything.
He might be quieter than me.
Wow.
But at the same time, he's a good guy, man. We have our little talks, and I'm just excited to kind of get in there and work with him. We haven't really worked together yet on the field. Today we had a couple reps today for the first time together, so it was kind of cool to be out there. We're on the same page for the most part, and ran a couple good games today, and I'm happy to keep growing that relationship and that familiarity with each other on the field, and I'm looking forward to this year with him.
Yeah, we sit around and all of us, who watch the team every day. Some fans come out, they come out once and they go, we come out, we're out every day watching. Give us an idea of where the evolution is, this rotation is, because you guys, I mean, it's like a chemistry test. They try you with these 3 guys, and then those 3 guys with a different guy, and you with another guy, and 2 same guys. Give us an idea of how that evolution's taking place and how it's coming along.
Yeah, I mean, the first day of camp, we're kind of all off beat a little bit, and day by day, me and Edson are getting the same page and trying to communicate a little better of what we're seeing and getting our games down. And the same thing again, like today I was with Poona, and the other day I was with Tim, and we still got Jordan Phillips going to come back in a couple weeks, so get him in the mix and kind of get that all the kinks kind of worked out. But it's been fun to go out there and kind of just build that up and talk it out and see what guys like to do and see what guys don't like to do, and hopefully we can keep on growing on that and expanding on that.
It's not like you guys were not a good run defense to begin with. I mean, maybe not elite, but I think you were a very good run front for the most part last season. And yet, for fans, recency bias, the last thing they think of is the Cincinnati game, which you obviously didn't get to play, and they did run on you guys a good bit. What do you take sometimes, even though you didn't play? Because that's the last thing you remember from last season. How do you parlay that from last season into this season and say, that stuff's not happening, not in week 1, not in week 17, and certainly not in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to a mindset. And, today, just echoing that in the group, just, be greedy up front and not just be in your gap, but, between, the A and Bs and even the C gap and, C to C, make sure we make all them tackles. Be greedy. Don't let the linebackers come up there and make any tackle. You know what I mean? Like, we should be able to stop the run with us four up front, and that's our goal all training camp, to keep on echoing that and doing that. And if the ball bounces outside, we're going to rally to it. But between the tackles, and make sure that we go out there and make every tackle.
Yep. One of the things that happens is the guys around you in the league, you stay in a long time, and like a guy like Ed, for instance, he's just finished up. Now he signed a big long-term deal. It's kind of it's a couple of things. One, it's security, but it's also a big pat on the back by the organization saying, wow, you're a guy we want to keep around. How did you help Ed handle a new contract? How has it changed him and his outlook, the way you do? I know you try and make it so nothing changes the way you are, but but it does say something about your career when you sign that second contract.
Yeah, I mean, I think, early on he was kind of frustrated a little bit just in practice. I mean, that weight of that contract and go out there and perform. And, I think he realized now that, he's been turning it up the last couple of days and kind of just, settle down. Don't go out there and reach for it. It's going to come to you. You've been doing this for, how many years has it been in the league? And, it's football at the end of the day. I think sometimes we can let certain moments or get to our head and kind of take it out of a game. But I think he's settled down right now and get back in the groove of things. And he's been flying around today. And today he did a hell of a job in, the run game and pass game. He was all over the place. So I think he's back in his groove, and I can't wait to see what he does this year.
DaQuan, you've got Coach McDermott calling the plays now. And, I know Coach Frazier, did a fantastic job when he was here. They had the number one defense in the league here in 2021. But how have you sensed that things could change a little bit in terms of, because Coach Frazier, he was a big proponent of, I trust my guys, we're just going to line up and play. We're not going to get crazy exotic. We're not going to try to fool you with scheme necessarily. We're lining up in nickel and let's go.
Yeah.
Like now with Coach McDermott, do you get the sense that maybe there will be a few tweaks here and there to kind of throw an opposing offense off, or maybe you and somebody up front might be able to play a couple more games on a long down and distance pass down?
I think he's doing a great job. I think you see a little differences here and there from him and Coach Frazier. I think the one thing I think is pretty cool. He's in there. He's teaching the game of football, and he's explaining why he's doing stuff and why we're doing certain calls. And I think it's helping some guys understand that. And so I love his approach too. I love how he's handling that and really taking the time. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day in the meeting, and we're all in there, just really teach the fundamentals of football and why he's doing something. So we all know when we go out in the field, whatever situation we're in, we know why we're doing it. And so, know what to expect like that. I think it's going to pay off in the long run.
Awesome. We're talking to all you guys coming through here, and we're asking the same thing. This is a different year. On the outside looking in at this team, it's different than last year. You were everybody's Super Bowl favorite last year, and now this year, maybe it is because of the Cincinnati game. Everybody's like, maybe they're tired of picking you, right?
Yeah.
What's the conversation like in the locker room about stuff like that?
I don't think we've had a conversation about it. I really don't think people care about it. I really don't care about it. If they don't, they want to pick someone else, they want to count us out. Sure, like whatever. All we can do is come here and work every day, knowing what our end goal is at the end of the day, and trying to get there and come here and just work, work our asses off and try to get back to the promised land.
Osiris Torrance is a new guy up front on the other side of the line from you. He's had some opportunities in there with the ones. So is he a young guy that is willing to ask people like you questions like, hey, why did you play me that way on a given play? Because I'm thinking he's trying to be a sponge.
Yeah.
And as much as he's asking his own O-lineman stuff, does he come across the line sometimes or in passing or in the cafeteria or anywhere and say, hey, want to help me out with this? What are you thinking on this or what? Does he pick your brain at all?
Yeah, we haven't had those talks at all. But I'm always here for that. And me and Mitch, we talk all the time after practice, post practice of just what what does he see, versus what I'm doing, and same thing with Bates. I always love talking to the O-line just because I love to see what their mindset is and how I can tweak what I'm doing. And but when that time comes around, he does ask questions. I'm here to answer them and help him out. But definitely during the season, if whatever I see I can help him out, I'm going to do that and let him know. So
perfect.
We've talked a lot about the offensive line of the Bills. They've kind of refurbished it down inside both new guards. Give us an idea of what you see.
Listen, I'll tell you what, them boys have been coming out and they've been competing at a high level every day since the start of training camp. And, we talked about the D-line, the difference of, from last year to this year, just their mindset and their physicality up front and and how they're coming off the ball. We love it, and we just hope that it continues to grow. And they're building their chemistry over there too. They're mixing and matching. So hopefully when they get in sync and get locked in, that we're going to have a special group up front.
Last one for me. You've got a middle linebacker competition going on behind you.
Yep.
And, there's different voices that you're hearing
Yep.
in the huddle, pre-snap. How are you kind of adjusting to that, or have those guys done a good job of kind of keeping the communication relatively the same?
Yeah, I think they're all doing a heck of a job, communicating. I really do, and I think the competition over there is pretty fierce.
Yeah.
And, I love all three of them, and I think they're battling their butts off, and I just can't wait to see who's going to be in there week 1. But hats off to them guys. They're doing a heck of a job all training camp, and getting us lined up up front, making all the calls. So it's a very fun and entertaining battle, and I can't wait to see what happens.
DaQuan, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Stay in one piece, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good luck. Stay healthy this year, all right?